Ready?
Yeah.
Alright. Nicholas Meregali, who's number one? You just won in the main event against Pedro Mourinho. How you feeling?
I mean, great. I feel like, I don't know, what should I say? I feel great. Yeah, it was a good match. So I had a different plan for the match actually. I had the prediction on my back, the gi, that was the submission I would hit on the match, and that was what I did. But my game plan was spend time on the bottom, like working my tomoe-nage and my sumigaeshi sweeps, but I couldn't because, bro, we started the match, Pedro just jumped on my side, he was hunting to take my back, and then I got to come up on top from half guard, like kind of backstep half guard, and when I got on top I was like, man, no way I'm moving back and play guard again, so I'm just gonna smash you and finish the match. So it was a good match.
What was going through your mind when you saw him? He makes that quick move early, but you know, what's going through your mind there?
Yeah, so normally my style competing, so I build the pace when I'm fighting. So I start, instead of go hard as everybody does, like you start 100 miles an hour, I always build the pace starting 20, 30. So it happened in the last tournament that I fought, Pan Am's. Same thing, the guy, we started, I was not so focused yet, not so warm, so the guy almost took my back. And that situation was pretty much the same, but I feel great. I do escapes every day, so I like to train, giving to my training partners good scenarios, to them escape and then work on my offensive game. So I felt great out there. Even the guy, Pedro, having the hand on my collar, because I felt his hand kind of getting tighter. I was like, my hip is away, I have good grips, my elbow is covering his rib cage, so it's just about time for him to lose the grip, and then I get on top and finish the match. So
after the match, you made a challenge.
Yeah.
You want to repeat that challenge?
I mean, we have a tournament in 2 weeks, right? So that tournament is supposed to be the biggest tournament of the year, but the best guy in the world is not there, Nicholas Meregali. So it can be a tough tournament, but it's not the best tournament. So what I just said on the stage, I'm betting $20,000 to be the next open class champion from this tournament. Because if this guy, he's tough enough to compete against the best in the world and then say he's the number one, he has to come to me, bet money, and then we can make this match happen at who's number one stage. Because the way I want to work right now, I want to build the sport and help the community to grow up around. So not only tournaments and having business guys controlling the money, taking the whole money, but also give chances to athletes like we had today. We had like 80 mats, everybody was paid. We had exciting mats, we had different type of promotion. That is what I want for the sport. This is why I'm bringing attention to professional events instead of random tournaments around.
Awesome. Looking forward, you know, you're going to be paying attention to who wins this open class. Do you think there's any athletes you're keeping an eye on that have a better chance than others?
I'm not putting my eyes on them because they're super boring, but definitely my pick are for the next open class title is going to be in between Kaina, Duarte, Eric Moniz, and Victor Hugo. But also Gutenberg, he's a tough guy, but he always like he's super unstable. But I would say those three guys and maybe Gutenberg. So that would be my pick. But I'm not watching because they're boring.
That was going to be my next question. You're going to tune in to find out, but there we go. You came out, you put on a great performance, got to your finish. You mentioned that you have a prediction on your gi. Is it on your gi?
Yeah, I had it on my back. You guys saw the triangle, right?
Can we show it right now and get a good look at it? Oh,
bro, everybody saw that, I guess. I hope so.
I just want to make sure everybody
I put a fucking prediction on my back.
I want to make sure everybody understands.
So I knew I would. The truth is, I can do whatever I want. So I chose my tech and my submission. So Trey knew about. I had more plans to write down my gi, but I just fucked up the plan because I'm not an artist. I was painting my gi yesterday and I was like, damn, it's so fucking hard, I cannot finish. So I just had a triangle and that was cool, like bring this kind of pressure to myself, like making the prediction before the match, attach on my back, letting everything see what I'm gonna do, and then finish the match. So Pedro felt that I was trying the triangle. His coach was like, the triangle is coming, triangle is coming. I was like, bro, my technique is so perfect, there's no chance you can escape. So if I wanna finish you with a triangle lock, I'm gonna do it. And that was what I did, so it is what it is.
Awesome. When it comes to tournaments, when it comes to things coming up, is there anything besides this $20,000 super fight that is on the horizon for Nicholas Meregali?
No, I have a few negotiations happening with different organizations. I'm trying to settle the give back to all those organizations. It's not being easy because I feel I'm a little alone, because athletes they're caring more about maintain what is the standards instead of change something for a better overview in the future. But I'm pretty sure I'm competing in June, July, August, and September before I get my off season again. So my plan is have 5 mats and rest 3 or 4 months. Have 5 mats and rest 3 or 4 months, because I feel I like to train. I like to stay home. I like to develop skills. I like to teaching. I like to learn English. So when I'm home without full responsibility about competing, I feel I can kind of focus more on my small, on the small details instead of just like doing everything around and kind of not do great, you know. So this is why I have 4 more mats coming up, and then after that off season. So until September, I'm gonna be very active.
Awesome. Nicholas, man, is there anything else you want to get off your chest before we get out of here?
I want to talk about technique skills. So, right, technique skills. Every time when you guys are talking about athletes, and also you guys, not just the fans, also people who work with Jiu-Jitsu, people who promote Jiu-Jitsu, you guys have to talk about technique skills instead of titles. How many boring athletes we had in the past winning titles? 80%. How many athletes with zero skill technique we had in the past winning titles? A lot, over 80%. So you just can judge what your champion, your idol, your main fighter does based on technical skill. So if the guy does great in certain aspects of the game, you have to give compliments. Title doesn't mean he's great, because he can fight in a division that is nobody there, just random fighters. He can compete in tournaments that there is no authority out there. But if you have technical skill well developed, you can judge what your champion does. So before you talk about who is the great, depending on the aspect you are talking about, it's not about personality, it's not about your taste, it's about technical skill. What this guy does on the mat, what I do on the mat when I play guard, what I do on the mat when I get half guard, chest to chest, mount, back take, any position that we have inside our sport. So we start to judge Jiu-Jitsu by piece instead of the overview. The overview you're never gonna see with precision. You have to see Jiu-Jitsu with precision, and you are just able to do that once you split Jiu-Jitsu in small aspects, right? So when you talk about technique aspects, break down Jiu-Jitsu, and then you can judge. It's gonna be easier for everybody, because when I'm talking about being the greatest ever, I understand maybe I'm not the guy you love, I'm not the guy that you like the behavior or whatever, but talking about technical level, if you look back, there is, I don't want to say nobody, but there are only few champions that got mastery so many aspects of the game like I'm doing right now. You guys cannot look to my game and see here is his weaknesses. No, I don't have weaknesses anymore. I got to master 7, 8 types of guard. I got to master loose pass, pressure pass, mount, back take, everything. Normally what champions do, they master 2 or 3 aspects. They take steroids and they use a strategy to win titles. I don't. I just use my technique to beat everybody, and there is no lack on my game. This is why I'm saying I'm the greatest. It's fine if you don't agree with me, but it's not fine if you say I'm away from this level, because I'm already there. Technically speaking, I'm there. If you sit on your chair, on your home, and you analyze Jiu-Jitsu, you can open any match, from Pans, from last year, whatever. You're gonna see real Jiu-Jitsu. In any position, in any aspect, in any scenario, I'm there playing the high gas level. I'm not holding in the 50 to score points. I'm not playing deep half guard trying to come up, or I'm not trying to get 2 points on takedown and stall the whole match. I'm doing real jiu-jitsu. This is why when I speak and I speak loud and talk to everybody, I'm coming to be the greatest ever. It's because technically speaking, I'm there, right guys? So judge jiu-jitsu based on technical level, not based on your taste about personality. I like this guy, he thinks like me, he's the greatest. No, jiu-jitsu aspects. That's it.
Well, Nicholas, great job tonight. Congratulations on your main event victory, and thank you for the great words.
Thank you guys.